Welcome everyone, and thank you for waiting. Yes, it's always a little bit crazy when I'm at the game, B, when it's a later game than usual, and C, I wasn't even planning to live stream, but I'm here. I'm happy. You can tell I'm still getting my setup going. Actually, I had all this put away. My lights, my camera, my computers, my monitors, my pictures. I had all of it put away today because we had people over for Easter lunch. But then got home by 11 o'clock, set everything up in about 10 or 15 minutes, made the thumbnail, posted on my tab, made sure that the settings were good, changed into my shorts because, you don't want to see I am wearing shorts, don't worry. But I'm thrilled to be with you all tonight. That was like the worst cutoff sentence ever. So this is what I want to do. I'll do my intro. I'll talk quickly about the game. We'll look at the standings, and then I will turn it over to you. And we're not going to do Ask Me Anything tonight, but if we time it right, if we start our Gordle just before midnight tonight, then we can actually get a bonus Gordle in right after it turns midnight. So that's kind of the beauty of doing these streams really late, is that we can get 2 Gordles in. So please type in where you're coming from, where you're watching from, where you watch the game, talk to each other in the chat. I might not get to it because I want to get to what I need to get to. So let's get going right away. I am Canuck Clay. This is my Canucks take. All in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary and Impromptu post-game live stream on Easter Monday, April the 18th. How appropriate. Easter weekend, the Canucks resurrecting their playoff hopes, and now we say they control their own destiny, and I'll get to what that means in a second. So moderators, thank you in advance. Don't know how busy you're going to be, but racist, sexist, homophobic, ableist, spam in another language, delete it. Doesn't disagree. Someone disagrees with you, that's okay, as long as it's respectful. Let's keep it in the comments. So thank you, moderators, in advance. Sponsors: Perform and Transform, Vancity Experts, Gassy Jack Art, Monkey 9, thank you. Members: legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang. I saw Justin and Andrew at the game tonight, and I know that Lucas was working it, so all legends were represented at Rogers Arena. Hall of Fame members: Jens95, simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, Hsmfangirl Gaming, smoovegroove, and Bovenlander. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate franchise and all-star members as well. Met a lot of people at the game tonight. Everyone from priests to employees to people that have been watching my channel for a long time. 50-50 volunteers. So good to connect with all of you tonight. Didn't get to see the hockey guy though, so I'm not sure if we ran in the same circles, or maybe his seats were too bougie for me. I can't believe I just used the word bougie. A couple other cool things I want to tell you about. And then, but I see Justin's donation, $6 for, I'm guessing, 6 straight wins. Besser makes an impact in his return. Garland was super noticeable tonight. The funny head shake lives on, Clay. I will talk about that in a second. So thank you for the donation, Justin. I appreciate you, and it was great to see you tonight. Again, guys, I won't get to all of your comments right now, so hold on to your questions for a couple minutes. Let me get through my intro. The most important thing, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, Lower Mainland, in the city, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know I don't take you for granted. You know that we're going to get to 100 people in here tonight. We know that we're getting closer to 8,900, which gets us closer to 9,000, which gets us closer to 10,000. I'm in a good mood. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Why don't you like this video? Like the fact that the Canucks have won 6 straight. Like the fact that the Canucks control their own destiny. Like the fact that we are together. Like the fact that I'm doing an impromptu live stream, not because it's me, but because we can get together and chat about this team that we love. Lucas Gates, another legend, comes in with a $7 donation. What a night. Literally delirious after the win. I did meet the hockey guy at my stand tonight. That is awesome. I'm glad you met a real YouTuber, as in Shannon, and not a fake one like me. I'm really glad that you saw him, Lucas. Was he wearing a Dallas Stars jersey, as you guys said he might? Okay. So, and yes, and then Andrew donated as well. So all legends donated. Andrew donated actually about $15 tonight because he bought me a carved sandwich. Okay, I'm not going to look at the comments unless it's donation. Sorry, but I got to get through my first part so I can get to then your questions and your comments. Had a really fun day. Had people over for lunch. Then Then I don't know, you saw my picture either on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or on my community tab. I got interviewed again for that documentary that I hinted that I was going to be a part of back in November. So if you saw my picture, that's what I did right before the game. Then I had to change in my, thank you, Alfred, for the member message. Big W tonight, indeed. Then I had to change in my car. You might have seen my tweet. I gave people walking past my car a free show. That was not intentional. And then I was at the game with my season ticket partner, Mike. Was texting with Jason, who was there in Encore. Saw Andrew and saw Luke. Saw Andrew and Justin. Saw many others. And it was a great night overall. So let's talk about how good of a night it was. Then I'll talk about where we are in the standings. And then I'll get to all of you. 3 points for Brock Besser in his return. 3 points for Jason Dickinson. 3 points for Elias Pettersson. Makes sense. That was the line. Garland was supposed to play with them, but when Chason fell ill, they bumped Garland up to the top line to play with Miller and Podkolzin. So that means Dickinson got to play with Petey and Besser, and he makes the most of his opportunity to play against his former team. So again, 3 points for Besser, Dickinson, and Pettersson. 2 points for Vasily Podkolzin. Then 1 point each for Dries, Garland, and Hughes. Owen Ekman-Larsson had 2 assists as well, and Brad Hunt also had an assist. Demko makes 28 saves on 30 shots. And then the only thing I didn't like about the game, the only thing was the Canucks special teams. They actually went 0 for 1 on the penalty kill, and they went 0 for 2 on the power play and allowed a shorthanded goal. So overall, a pretty poor performance by the special teams, but it did not hurt their chances to win, thank goodness. And of course, got to mention Luke Shen, his big fight with Jamie Benn. So a lot of good things. Not going to spend too much time wrapping up the game because most of you watched it, and I want to get to your questions. So let me talk about the standings for a minute, and then I'll get to your questions. And let me talk about what it means to control their own destiny. And yes, Peter kind of is calling me out on this in a good way. It's the Canucks have won 6 straight since I've been doing the horrible predicting against them, but not really, if you know what I mean. Basically, if you haven't figured out yet, every game I predict, I'm actually predicting the Canucks to win, but because they've won 6 straight when I predict the other team while shaking my head. So tonight I said Dallas Stars are going to win 4-1. Obviously, the head nod like this, the head shake means I don't believe what I'm saying. The score, yeah. So I was off on the score a little bit. I'm usually pretty good about getting close to the score. Tonight was 6-2, which I'll take instead of 4-1. But when I was doing this saying Dallas Stars, you know that's code for Vancouver Canucks. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk about the standings. Then I'll get to all of your questions. This is why, my friends, this is why the Canucks control their own destiny. What does that mean? Yeah, it's not just because I'm religious that I use the word destiny. Everyone uses this term, and this is what it means. This is an updated look at the Pacific Division standings. Let's not worry about Calgary. Let's not worry about Edmonton. Let's look at LA, Vegas, and Vancouver. Even though I've vlogged about Nashville's schedule, even though I've vlogged about Dallas, let's focus on LA and Vegas. Check this out. If everyone wins their remaining games, let's start with Vancouver. We have 6 more games remaining. There's 82 games in the schedule. If we win our 6 games, that's 12 points. We finish with 98. Remember, 98. If Vegas wins the remaining 5 games, they get 10 points. They finish with 97. So Vancouver could top out at 98. Vegas can top out at 97. The Kings have 5 games in hand. You might say, well, Clay, they can get to 100. Actually, no, because LA plays Vancouver once. So if Vancouver beats LA in that game, then Vancouver finishes with 98. LA finishes with 98. But the first tiebreaker is regulation wins. Follow me here. If the Canucks win 6 all in regulation, for instance, if they win all in regulation, they end up with 37. The Kings can only win 4 of the next 5 because we're saying that the Canucks beat them 1. Then they will wind up with 35 regulation wins. So the Canucks will hold the tiebreaker over the Kings. Where it gets a little bit messy is if, let's say, the Canucks beat the Kings in overtime or shootout. Then not only do the Canucks not get the regulation win, but technically then LA, if they go 4-0-1, they get their 9 points. LA can finish with 99. to our 98. So you see why it's so important that the Canucks obviously beat LA in regulation, and how, because of the tiebreaker, the Canucks need to win all of their games in regulation. But that's the cool thing. If the Canucks win all 6 of their games, and you say, Clay, well, how are they going to win all 6? Well, they've won 6 in a row now. Remember 2 weeks ago we were saying they have to win 12 in a row, and we're like, oh, that's crazy. That's impossible. They're halfway there. And I would dare say, okay, so let's finish that thought. If the Canucks win all 6 of their games, they get to 98 points. That gets them in the playoffs. Guaranteed. Because of what I just talked about. As third in the Pacific. Don't even worry about Dallas. Don't even worry about Nashville. Worried about catching LA and passing Vegas. Okay? Now, that's if the Canucks win all of their games. I would argue that they only have to win 5 of their next 6 games, get 10 points, and get to 96. If they get an overtime or shootout loss in their one loss, that's gravy. That's 97. I would dare say that 96 or 97 points gets you in the playoffs, because I don't think LA is going to win all their games. I certainly don't think Vegas is going to win all their games. So let's say, for instance, that the Canucks could actually get in the playoffs with 96 points. So I'm going to say this. If the Canucks get 10 points and get to 96, I'm fairly confident they're going to make the playoffs. They're not going to lose out to a team that has 97 and has 98. There's just no way. However, when we say the Canucks can control their own destiny, that means no matter what the other teams do, if the Canucks win all their games, they're in. And that is an awesome feeling, because the worst feeling is when you don't control your own destiny, when you have to worry about what other teams do. Imagine the Canucks, if they had 2 points less, and you say the Canucks win all out, but then another team also wins all out, all their games, wins out, and the Canucks don't make it, that means they don't control their destiny. Now, because of their win today, because of Vegas' loss to New Jersey, even though they tried that frantic comeback, because of that, the Canucks indeed control their own destiny. So, I don't know what their playoff odds are going to be. It's not going to be like 50%. Just because they control their own destiny doesn't mean it means that it's going to happen, because they have to win all out, like I said, or at least they have to do a lot better than the other 2 teams. But at least now they have a much better chance. So I'll be interested to see what the playoff odds are now. Okay, friends, I hope that all made sense. Now I want to get to your questions, and I'm going to go rapid fire. I know questions only for the next 15 minutes, so then we can get to Gordle before the turn of the clock, and then we can play a Gordle again. And then if there's still a lot of people in here, maybe we keep going. So yes, thanks everyone for getting all of your comments in. I will read them later, but for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to go questions only about the Canucks, about hockey. Is Eichel a curse? I wouldn't go that far, for sure. Jasker, Demko starting tomorrow. I had a really good chat with my season ticket partner, Mike. My guess is they're going to go Halak, because my guess is Halak's still playing well. You should be able to beat Ottawa with Halak, and then you save Demko for the final 5 games of the season. You got Minnesota and Calgary coming up. That's going to be very tough. And a back-to-back at the end of the year, LA and Edmonton, which could determine whether you make it. I know you guys are saying, well, I don't think we can think just because Halak starts, the Canucks are going to lose. It's Ottawa. They're not that good. They're not as good. Granted, any team can beat any team. But I just have a feeling you have to show confidence in Halak. Now, you might say, well, this might be the worst prediction ever if Halak starts and the Canucks lose and then everyone's all upset. But I don't think you can think like that. I think Halak gets the start tomorrow, but I would not be surprised if it's Demko. We will see tomorrow. Great question, though. What do you guys think? Would you start Demko or Halak? And don't just say Demko only because he's won us the last 5 games. You got to kind of look ahead to what's going to happen over the final 6 games of the season. So let me know. Would you start Demko or Halak? Put it in the comments. Sebastian, Canucks will get swept in the first round anyway. It's the Canuck way. Well, I hope not. Also, do you think EP40 will be an effective playoff player? Absolutely. He was great in the bubble. We got to see what he can do in an extended playoff series. I think so. Should the Canucks put Besser on the penalty kill? No, I don't think he's fast enough. I don't think he's good defensively enough. Miller, fine. PD, fine. Horvat, fine. I don't think you put Besser on the penalty kill. Alfred, $10 donation. Thank you. If the Canucks make the playoffs, do you think Horvat will be back from his injury? I'm not so sure. It depends on how bad, if it's a break, if it's a sprain, if it's a pull. I don't know what it is. But I do know the fact that they say he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. That doesn't mean he's returning in 2 weeks. It means they're going to announce what he has in 2 weeks. My gut feeling is no, but I think he's going to do everything he can to get back. Well, I'm so glad so many of you guys are here. 140 of you in here at 11:40 at night on a Monday night, no less. Fangirl, I thought Besser was awesome. I thought Besser was really good tonight, skating well, obviously shooting well, a goal and 2 assists. I thought he was great. Do you think JT Miller will still hit 100 points? Held off the score sheet tonight, so he's got to get 9 points in his last 6. A little bit tougher now, but I still think he does it. Lucas, have I thought Vegas may be riddled with a curse after they flip Fleury out? No, I really don't believe in curses, to be honest with you, Lucas. Jaskran, possible seeing Halak in a Canucks jersey for last time tomorrow then? Yeah, if he starts, it could be the last time he plays. Well, actually, if the Canucks get eliminated, maybe he does play in that back-to-back at the end of the season, actually, now that I think about it. But let's not think that way just yet. Jaskran says play Demko. Okay, so a lot of good Demko versus Halak. Brando, do you find it crazy how the Canucks are able to maintain this pace with all these injuries? Yeah, it speaks to their resolve. The fact that they're missing Horvat, Pearson, Hoglander, and without Chase on. Although no one would have said that before the season. Yeah, it's been very impressive. Derek, reception for Hamnick's return. Honestly, I don't think people will care. He didn't have much of an impact. They're not going to boo him, but I don't think they're not going to do a tribute video for him either. Peter Hughes says Halak. Modano DeBerry says Halak. Carol, what do you think of the captain coming back before the end of the season? No, he won't, Carol. They've already said he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks is the end of the season. So no, I don't expect Horvat back. Yeah, so a lot of good question between Demko and Halak. Some great points here. Tiger Burns, I think Travis Dermott has been excellent. Great first pass, skates the puck out of trouble. I think he's good. What's the score prediction tomorrow? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Well, obviously, Ottawa's going to win. I can't believe I do this. This is so immature. Ottawa's going to win by a score of 5-1. That's what I'm saying. 5-1 for Ottawa. Carol wants Demko for the rest of the games. Irfan, have you noticed PD is legit riding players to the floor? Yeah, he's playing a lot more aggressive. I did notice that for sure. Boston says Halak. Oh, some really, really good points here. Yeah, Jaskrin, I was saying that to my season ticket partner, Mike, who I drove home from the game with, that in November, there was no way, if you told me in November that we'd be thinking about possibly watching playoff games, no chance. Yes, Joel, always drinking the Kool-Aid. PD can get 70 points. Yes, he can, Edmund, for sure. Justin says start Demko. Dexter, best across the Canucks, 2 goals, but got 3 points. So I give him the benefit of the doubt since his first game back. Yeah, I was talking to people when it was the shorthanded goal, so I'd have to rewatch that one. But it sounds like, was he the issue on the shorthanded goal? Do you think the Canucks will be a good team next year? I do, Tanner, because I do think they're still going to work to improve this team over the off season. Do I think we make the playoffs? Oh, Armin, it's so tough to say. 6 games ago, I would have said no way. But now I really believe they can. I don't know if I'd say it's 50%, but do I think we make the playoffs? I think we can make the playoffs. Do I think they make the playoffs? I really want them to make the playoffs. Do I think they make the playoffs? I don't know. They still have a lot of tough games. 18 minutes for puck holes and nice. Are you afraid at all of the game versus Calgary? Brian, I'm not even worried about that yet. We got to get through Ottawa tomorrow and got to get through Minnesota first. But yes, all the games are going to be big going forward. Garland was indeed excellent, Justin. I agree with you. So Jaskrin would boo Hamonic. Yes, Chason didn't play. Indeed. Dexter Clay, do you think Hamonic didn't get vaccinated because he didn't want to play in Seattle because of the Space Needle? Perhaps. Be ironic if Hamonic gets a goal on us. It'd be ironic if Hamonic scores on anyone. Is Dermott better than Hamonic? Yes, he is. Armin saying, nah, 5-1's too generous. Ottawa 7-1. Lucas thinks Vegas and LA will crash out. Dogwood, Doofus Clay. Do Doofus Clay when you make a bad prediction. Oh, that's right, Doofus Clay. Leave, I think Halak. Play Halak. PD could be a 40-goal scorer. Yeah, Armin. Maybe he will be in his career. Do we have to go 6-1? Well, no, AHL Canucks, we only have 6 games left, so we have to go 5-1. I think we got to go 5-1, but you go 6-0 to be safe. Karma versus curses. Interesting, Casey. Yeah, the current second power play line, it's kind of messed up right now. We didn't really get to see it because really we got I think when everyone's healthy, you still load up the first one with Besser, Horvat, PD, Miller, Hughes. Then when everyone's healthy, you go Puckhosen, Garland, Pearson, OEL, and then someone like Hoglander when everyone's healthy. Yeah, Armin, I haven't really thought about the mods yet, and you've been around for 6 months. That's true, but it's not always by length of time. But I will revisit that actually. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I'll revisit the mods in the summer. The mods that I have are great. Thankfully, these streams are manageable right now, although the mods might say something else. But I'll consider that for sure, Armin. Yeah, Elfrin, if the Canucks were to lose, the two best teams they're playing going forward are Calgary and Minnesota. They're both 100-point teams. Peter, what do you think about the Canucks potentially taking a step back for Connor Bedard? No, I don't think it happens. I think the team's too good. They're not going to be a lottery team. Next Canucks game you're attending, I'm not attending. I'm not scheduled to attend Seattle. So I'm not attending tomorrow because Tuesday nights I bowl. But then, so the Seattle game on the 26th, though, also Tuesday night. But my bowling got canceled. So I may pick up a single for that game if there are tickets around. And then I am going to last game against LA. Will Besser sign for $6 million times 2? I think he's going to want longer than that. And will Myers be first to go? I don't know. I think this management group likes Myers. I really do. Peters, do I think the Oilers could miss the playoffs? No, I don't. They're too far ahead, in my opinion. Besser didn't directly cause a shorthanded goal. It was early in the power play when he missed a wide open net. Yeah, it's a bad sequence, but I don't think you can directly equate that to the goal. Sorry, you guys can hear me clicking around because I'm trying to keep up. But I love that there's 150 people in here. That's awesome. Clay, go to bed. You're tired. I'm okay. NHL Canuck. Actually, I have a couple hours of work to do after this. Why are you saying I'm tired? You're the one who thought that we had 7 games left. Let Jacob predict Tuesday's game. Yeah, I don't want to wake him up, though he might be. What time will you take time off in the off season? Pat, it really depends how long the off season is. If the Canucks don't make the playoffs, yeah, I don't see myself going daily throughout the summer because I have that 2-week trip in Sweden. Our family's going to Hawaii in August. So there are going to be pockets where it'll just not be realistic. But I think I'm going to be try and be regular, at least a couple times a week, especially with the streams. We'll see. I haven't really thought about that yet, Pat. Yeah, Carol, with the new coach, the Canucks are 30-13-8, which is pretty amazing. 30-13-8. They're 17 games over 500. Does Travis Hamonic get a tribute video? No. No. Okay, I have to speed up. Does anyone remember Pete DeBoer's prior record? Nope. Do you know what USADA is? Nope. Does Hamnick get booed? Nope. I don't think anyone will care. Did Shen tell Ben to go Canuck himself in that fight? I'm not sure, but Shen did well. Sens are busting in Vancouver. Thank you, Lucas, for the donation. Vegas playoff odds crashed from 40 to 18. Amazing. Wow, that's crazy. And that's a big, big, big drop. What do you think is bigger, the Canucks' distance from a playoff spot or the distance between Hamnick's teeth? Ooh, still think Canucks playoff chances, but just by a bit. Yeah, and I do realize that when I made my vlog about difficulty, degree of difficulty when it comes to opposition, some teams may rest some of their guys. So, yeah, you never know. Maybe, although that's still a week away from the end of the season, we'll see NHL Canucks. Thoughts on the Shen fight? I thought not only did he handle himself well, but I love the way I agree. I love the way he does stand up for Hughes. I'm not sure what they're going to throw on the ice for Hamnick, but that hot dog Kessel thing was silly. No, Peter, I do not drink coffee at any time of the day. Well, I didn't know that about Myers. Thanks, Justin. Dexter, did you see that Lego mention you in his video? No, I did not see that. I don't know. Was it a good mention, Dexter? I'll go check it out when I'm done here, but let me know. Maybe save me some time. Well, I'll watch anyways. But let me know what he said. Well, that's great. That's great. Well, actually, I don't know if it's great. Depends on what he said about me. No problem, NHL Canucks. Oh, I knew, Dexter, I knew that was coming too easy. Bruce for Coach of the Year. If they make the playoffs, I think he'll get some votes, but you got to look at what Colorado and Florida are doing. It's pretty amazing. They've won the same amount of games that they have lost. 38 wins and, 38 losses, even though 10 of those they got points. Great point. Chris says, what do you think Abbotsford is going to look like? Yeah, DiPietro and Seelaws for sure. And they could sign another goalie prospect. I don't know if they're going to draft a goalie, but we'll see. Good question, Chris. But yeah, with Martin coming up, the odds on favorite Martin will be the backup with the big team. Yeah, that Myers was funny. Myers hit him and then Myers gets dropped. I do expect it to be Halak if I had to pick one or the other. Wow, NHL Canucks is tracking the Sens flight. Very impressive. Do you think ownership will stay out of the way of Rutherford and Alvin? I would sure hope so. And let them do what they need to do. Can a team afford to have more than two streaky players? Pearson, Horvat, and Besser, Canucks aren't consistent enough? I think it's a little harsh. I think all players can be streaky. I wouldn't say... Yeah, so I think you have a lot of teams that will have more than one streaky player. Thanks, Justin, with the warning about Gordle. Not the warning, the reminder that if we've played, do not wreck it for the rest of us. Lego need golf tips. Oh, is that what he said? What a crazy win. Hey, James, my YouTube consultant. Great to see meaningful games. I agree. Lego said he learned he sucks at bowling, so he needs to ask you for some tips. Yeah, well, I can help him as a beginner, but yes, Jacob and Sean could do the more advanced ones for sure. Thanks, Lucas. Empty net. Yeah, but whatever. Pedersen fired it in there for sure. Yeah, Dexter. Yeah, the Canucks is going to be close to that. I think they're going to bump up to about 15 to 20%. 50%. Yes, Bruce, I did vlog about that Nashville has the toughest schedule, but those teams may rest guys too. So it's a not a catch-22. A 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Even if Pearson's playing well, I wouldn't mind trading him to clear cap. I think he's the kind of veteran that you like, though. Low maintenance. William, yeah, we'll definitely do a meetup if the Canucks make the playoffs. And I also promised a 24-hour live stream if the Canucks make the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. No, I did not know that Dickinson wanted the assist instead. If they win one round, do you think that will affect Alvin and Rutherford's plan? I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. It just means we're a little closer than we thought, but I still think they're pretty wise enough to see the big picture. Yeah, that 36.7, was that must be before tonight though, wasn't it? 5 seems really low. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Gordle so we can sneak in this first one. So as Justin said so well, if you played already today, please don't wreck it for everyone else, because we're doing well as a team, as a group here on Gordle. So let's see what kind of, no, I don't know what the plan is right now for Alvin and Rutherford. Hey Rosario, who's my favorite Canuck player? It's Horvat. And do I know what what do you think of Podkolzin's goal? It was great. It was beautiful. No, I think of Garland's goal. Pods' goal was oh man, I'm getting them all confused now. Oh, it's from Hughes and Ekman Larson. That was nice. I think the goaltender played that very poorly though. Flames have a higher chance to win cup than Colorado. I did not know that. Okay, so let's get Gordle in now. I saw Myers, so let's go with Myers. I want to beat the deadline. Okay, I will take the next guess that has an R in the 4th spot and then an M and an S in it as well, but not in those spots. So I'll take the next guess. Oh, that's cool, Arso. Thanks for that. I will. Is this Rosario, who was in the Club 500 tonight? That looked awesome. I saw your pictures. Okay, so Alfred says go Marco Sturm. Oh, this could be right. M over here, S over here. Alfred is good at this game. Look at that. Well, many of you are good at this game. We have gotten it in only 2 guesses 8 times. Almost more than half the times we get in 3. So look at us. We are 25 for 25. We are not only the most positive group, but we are the best looking group. And we are indeed the smartest group. Is it 12? Can we already move to the next one? Oh, sweet. We can do another one. Okay. New Gordle. Let's go. Let's go. One more Gordle. If you've never been to the stream or you don't know what Gordle is, it's the hockey version of Wordle. Azran comes in first. Let's go with Smith. I don't mind that because it uses S and T. Don't like the fact that it only uses one vowel, but let's see what happens. Okay. And I know no one's cheated because it just released like right now. So the I is at least in the name, but I need a new word that has an S. I can't use Elias because I is in the middle. Oh, Reaction Club, you did see me? Yeah, I wanted to come see you. Where did you see me, Reaction Club? I wanted to try and see you today because I knew you were at the game. Where and when did you see me? Can't use Meyer because I is in the middle. We got to get I out of the middle. Can't use hints because the T is not correct. Again, can't use hints. Although he played really well today. I'm very impressed by him. Who's Myler? Ekman. Who's Ekman? Demko. Oh, okay. No, we can't use Demko because of the I. Can't use Brady Shea. No, it's not just current players. I think it's historic players as well. Oh, Reaction Club. I wish you said hi. I would have loved to say, I'd love to meet you and thank you for your support. Oh, Oliver Ekman Larson. Yeah. No, Ekman has an A in it, not an I. Quinn. No, it's last names, Joel. Oh, no. Although Quinn could be a last name, but no, it can't be I in the middle position. Someone give me a name that's got I not in the middle position, but doesn't have an S, M, T, or H. Modine. No, can't use Modine because the M. Colin. Is that a guy's last name though? It's got to be a guy's last name. But if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. Come on, guys. Someone give me a name with an I in the last name. Last name. But not in the middle position. We can do it. We're smart. We're like the smartest group ever. Can't use Koivu because the I cannot be in the middle of the. Can't use hints because the T is a no-go. Can't use Sedin because the S is not a go. Okay, finally. Yari Curry from James. Yari Curry. Excellent guess from James. Hey, Bern, nice to see you. Yeah, I did a late one tonight because I went to the game. So now that is an excellent guess. We know the U is here. We know the R is here. We know the I is here. So we should be able to get it from here. Can't use Koivu. Hey, Jason, nice to see you. Just wrapping up, and I'm glad you are here. Can't be Tanti. It's got to be U and an R So all the green, you guys, maybe I should explain that. The green means that letter's in the right position. The I means it's the right letter but in the wrong position. So that's why the I went to here. And the black or the gray means it's not a correct letter. Dersey. Very good. Very good, Dexter and Brad. You guys got Dersey. Who does Dersey play for? Oh, he plays for LA. Yes, I know this name came up before, and then you guys were telling me about him before, and I still didn't learn who he was. Okay, guys, we are so good at Gordle. Oh, I guess I should. Oh, I went away from it. So we now have gotten Gordle in 2 tries 8 times, and in 3 tries 16 times. So an advantage of these late night streams is we get a double Gordle in. Okay. This is the last thing we're going to do because I do have a couple hours of work to do now. I don't know why that I wait till the end of the long weekend, but I do have to do a bit of work. So before we go, I want to thank you. I know this is a quick one. This is just about a 40-minute one, but certainly well worth it. You guys were obviously very engaged and very excited to chat about the Canucks win because we had 150 people on here. I will go check out Lego Rocks' video now. So as we wrap up, type in the chat. Give me your score prediction for tomorrow's. You're welcome for the late stream. No problem. Yeah, a bit of school work and a bit of church work and a bit of real work. So all 3 things. Okay, last thing, you guys. Put your score prediction for tomorrow and put who you think's gonna start in net. Is it gonna be Halak or is it gonna be Demko? So do that. I won't read them all, but I will read them. I'll read them as I always do before I go to bed. But yes, put your score prediction. Joel, what about your post-game overview? Probably not going to do one tonight. I'm rather going to do a preview of tomorrow night's game tomorrow. And I'll kind of put some of these things into it. But this will serve as my post-game review. All right, guys, I appreciate everything, everyone that was here. So moderators, thank you for all that you do. Sponsors, including Jason from Van City Experts, who's in the chat, Perform and Transform, Monkey 9, and Gassy Jack Art. All members of all levels, thank you. Justin comes in with the late donation. Let's give some props to Justin. $7. Thanks in advance to Jason for the Legend Club. Tickets tomorrow. Here's to another W. Yeah, so $7 for the 7th straight win for the Canucks tomorrow. And Justin is utilizing one of his perks, thanks to the generosity of Jason Lim of Van City Experts. He will be going to his Legend game tomorrow in the club seats. So Justin, you're awesome. Everyone in here is awesome. Moderators, sponsors, all of you that are here joining me for a late night, a double dose of Gordle. Canucks, 6 straight wins, 6-2 victory, now controlling their own destiny. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Maybe I'm going to do a quick post game. No, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. And I'll explain it well tomorrow when it comes to what it means to control your own destiny. Or maybe I'll record it now and post it tomorrow. Who knows? I'll see how I'm feeling. You guys, you can tell I'm tired now. Maybe NHL Canucks was right. But it was a great weekend, and it was a great win for the Vancouver Canucks tonight. Thanks, Dexter. You're recording the game and watching after soccer. No problem. So last 2 things. Canucks After Dark was not tonight. We're bumping it to tomorrow night. I'm sneaking in between my bowling and my and my church prayer hour. So hopefully I can make most of it. So Canucks After Dark tomorrow night at 10. And then Wednesday night, I have my first roller hockey game. So my next stream will be on Thursday night instead, which ends up being a post game after the Canucks play against the Minnesota Wild. So as always, friends, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I know the counter doesn't go up properly. It says 8862 on the screen, but on my phone, it says 8864. So we are climbing, you guys. We are at 8864. Thank you. So subscribe if you'd like to. Make sure you like this video. I love the fact that we have 71 likes on this video. You guys are amazing. And yeah, leave a comment below and become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And I had to tell you guys, every single morning I get hit by the same bike and bike rider. I get hit by the same bike. It's a vicious cycle. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.